It's Las Vegas, Nevada, playing host to Week 4 of the Progressive AVP League. It is simply a neon playground. Everyone hanging out at Resorts World this weekend. Adjacent to the pools on the 5th floor, you head to the back lot and you will find the LA Launch taking on the Dallas Dream, a women's matchup. These two teams trying to find their way at the midpoint of the season. Everyone fighting for cup standings as well as individual pair standings. As we look to the women's side, the top 6 teams heading off to the championships. Top 2 earning a bye. Cameron Irwin alongside Rich Lamborn. You see Brasher and Cruz at the top. They are the only remaining unbeaten women's team. Anderson and Chacon soon to take the sand. They took their first loss an evening ago. Humana Paredes and Wilkerson, there's been some injury struggle there as Melissa Humana Paredes was injured back in Miami. So Wilkerson finding those 2 losses on their side as we look now to the Los Angeles women, the LA Launch, the rookie duo, the only women's rookie duo. Qualifying in, Maddie Anderson and Alaina Chacon. This is a team we know can bring the defense.
Yeah, absolutely. Defensively, they're astounding. They're kind of team vibe out there. I don't know that anybody embodies kind of the beach volleyball chemistry better than they do. I'm also vying for calling them Team Couture. If you check the costume changes on this squad, it's next level.
Yeah, and actually in charge of those uniform changes, she's all cool, she's all style, and let me tell you, she's all defense. 3 20-plus dig performances, and Alaina Chacon, she stands at just 5'8". Both these athletes coming out of the ranks of Florida State, groomed by Brooke Niles, and of course the great Nick Lucena, crafting each one of their careers and leaving quite the imprint. Maddie Anderson will be up at the net. She played at FSU from 19 to 24. She's a 2-time All-American. She started her beach volleyball career at a young age of just 8 years old. 5 seasons with the Seminoles and a big-time block to set up her partner in transition. Anderson Chacon sitting at 2-1. The opposite side, it's the Dallas Dream, Kylie Deberg and Betsi Flint. They went 1-1 in Miami. However, taking a loss just last night. They're trying to find some more offense on their side. As you look to Kylie Deberg, one of the tallest blockers on the women's side, stands at 6'4". They need to find a little something different, especially against this feisty team on the other side of the LA Launch.
Yeah, absolutely. We heard Kevin kind of check in with them during the men's match a few moments ago, and Kylie said, "We played poorly yesterday. What do you need to do today? Play better." So look for that to happen.
I like it. They also talked about solidifying their passing set game, though. That's going to be hypercritical. It is triple digits here at Resorts World. The temperature on the sand even higher for the supermom, Betsi Flint. The wind conditions about 15 miles an hour. You add in 22-mile-an-hour gusts, and that's a lot for this team to deal with as Betsi Flint makes her return to the Progressive AVP League.
When you have a 9-month-old, you're up early in Vegas.
Yeah, serving is something we know about Betsi Flint. That's a strong point of hers, the AVP best server several times over, and that's going to be a big factor. As you mentioned, the heat, Cam, also the wind starting to pick up a little bit here as we click past 6 p.m. local time.
Betsi Flint, the 3-time AVP server of the year back in 1922 and 23. Think back to the origins of her career at LMU. She was even the newcomer of the year with the AVP in 2015.
1922 has to be a long time. Oh, you mean 2019. Gotcha.
To start us off, Chacon. That's about as sharp of a cut, bringing it back to the line, Betsi Flint.
Yeah, that was very crafty. That ball all the way on her left shoulder. Just goes sidewinder up over the top. Have a look.
I spoke to her this morning, and she talked about always trying to find a little bit more offense. Numbers last night, not what she wanted. Hit 0. However, the defense, that still comes into the fold.
Yeah, you mentioned the pass set. They figured that that was going to be critical for them. That's always the case for everybody, right? That's where plays start for your offensive game, and both of these teams are going to need to be good. Be consistent offensively.
The LA Launch started off awfully hot on the East Coast. Belmar, New Jersey, Went 2-0, and it was an absolute battle. Extended sets, 2 3-setters. They took home the victory in each. Taught us all about their competitive drive. A great cut shot from the right, Maddie Anderson.
Just crawling on the tape. That's 2 for 2 now for Anderson. Shots off the top of the tape working out in her favor. Needed to be that sharp to elude Betsi, who was kind of right in the area.
This team also a little unique. The taller of the two, the blocker on the right side, and she is right-handed in Maddie Anderson. Oftentimes you see that with a lefty on the right. Slow in the arm, Kylie Deberg. There's the back set. The phase of the game they wanted to clean up. Another dig, Chacon. She brings the force in transition.
Yeah, we talk a lot about her reading ability, anticipation off the charts. You can see her just sliding to her right. That is a great set, though, from Maddie Anderson to set up the put away. Keep an eye on how Alaina, as she moves laterally, always stays on balance, meaning kind of her weight is between her feet, over her hips, so to speak, right? So she's never off balance, even moving side to side.
Feels like she takes those quick, kind of choppy steps, even in terms of her preparation for a dig.
Yeah, good stuff there from Kylie, keeping the ball high. She's by several inches the tallest player out there.
4-3 here. Let's check in with the two-time Olympian, Kevin Barnett.
Hey, you guys are talking about Alaina Chacon and her movement through the sand. What's impressed me over the last few weeks has been her touch when she gets there on the weirdo plays where that ball on serve receive rises up and she has to go overhand in a weird motion, or the knuckles, or scooping under the ball. And I was asking her coach, Jake McNeil, about that, and he said, look, that's all her. The athleticism and everything to get there is one thing, but the touch and the creativity of that touch is all her. That's not something they're specifically training. That's just the way that she's developed as a defender.
Yeah, you make a great point. Alaina Chacon coming out of Crown Point, Indiana. Her origin story starts at the backcourt of her club facility where there were a couple beach courts. She'd go play against the fellas on Friday night. She found herself saying, yeah, this is definitely the sport for me. I was built for this at 5'8". I can attack, I can pass, and I can bring my A game.
Yeah, those unorthodox plays that Kevin is referencing too, such a critical piece to being a good beach volleyball player, but something that only really comes with a lot of experience. You have to kind of see them to employ your creativity on how to deal with them, and she does tremendously at that. Betsi finding a little jumbo, though.
Betsi, 6'5".
Over the block and over the defense. Flint having played for the LA launch back in 2024. Now working a different jersey. Played alongside Julia Donlin that year, won the AVP Manhattan Beach Open that year. As is that jumbo. Inbounds, no out.
Just barely missed the sideline, I think, had the depth. Those are hard shots to hit in any circumstance, but especially if it's breezy.
A lightning quick serve. We had a great view of that. It goes long, however, you see just the amount of movement on the float. That ball tracking left, tracking right. Tough serve from Anderson.
A couple now for LA. Not necessarily something that they lean on a ton, those service aces, but they do a nice job of keeping consistent pressure on their opponents. Keeps them in all the matches they've been played in so far.
Coming into the weekend, actually, Maddie Anderson, 9 total aces. She was second league-wide in aces per set. Asking for the over.
Alaina thought she might have been over the net. Here's the rule. If the ball is completely on one side of the net, and you're on the
have a
other side
look.
of the net,
If
you
any of
have
that
the right
ball
to touch it.
kind of breaks the plane of the net, the imaginary line that kind of goes straight up through the top of the net. It's fair game. Kylie taking advantage of that.
No, she can still do it. Because it was going
The 8-7 mark, you'll find the end change with Dallas, the 571 efficiency and a 1-point advantage. As you look to the AVP League Cup standings, the combined men's and women's records, the San Diego Smash having played in just 1 week thus far. You'll see them in the last 3 weeks of the regular season. The Palm Beach Passion will be in action again here in Las Vegas. Miami up in the mix. And you can see LA down right now at 3-4. They started off strong in their debut in Belmar. However, a couple losses yesterday have changed their record. And one added today. McNeil in the box. Trying to figure out exactly what that shirt is.
Yeah, that is...
Our producer, Michael Shane, says it's simply colorful.
It's certainly that.
That's a good description.
Looks like a very manic artist. Couldn't decide. There's constellations on that thing. There's Amazonian rainforest.
And I thought the strip was the brightest thing here.
Yeah, yeah. Team Couture, coach getting involved in the act.
It's fun. You talk about just the vibe of the LA launch. There's a type A and a type B, according to Alaina Chacon. Maddie is without question the type A. Alaina, the type B, says she simply brings the vibes. She's going to be the one with the aux cable and all the good outfits. Betsi Flint ups the game.
Yeah, nicely read there by Betsi Flint. You can see LA trying to bait her into that line shot. Alaina making that late move to her left. Betsi not fooled. Yeah, that's a couple now that LA have been a little bit indecisive about who's going to take that middle ball. They've benefited because both serves have gone long. That's something they're going to want to sort out here moving forward.
Getting close to the red zone here for the Dallas Dream and the LA launch. They asked for pass and set on the side of the Dallas Dream. Looking pretty steady right now as their efficiency has climbed to 625.
Indeed, yeah, it's good. Just kind of proactive, no hesitation there from Kylie Deberg.
Working left. Erasing the swing is Betsi Flint and also finding the assist.
Yeah, how about the contact from the deep court right there? I mean, it's really nice work with the body. Kylie Deberg kind of rotating almost 180 degrees in the air.
Two-point advantage now to the Dallas Dream. Efficiency rising to above 700. On the opposite, 286. Betsi Flint said she wanted her offense to get stronger. Well, 3 of 4 and 5 of 6 is just that.
Very good numbers, yeah, especially when you don't let any errors leak in there.
Our next match will be, you can be out there, Molly. No, you're fine. We're just staring at you. You got like 3 days left in your 20s.
Deberg last night went 9 of 21, just had 1 error. So we limited that factor as you look to the other side.
You staying in Vegas, Molly? You go nuts for 3 nights?
Hasn't necessarily been a case of errors on the side of Anderson and Chacon, just simply not putting the ball away.
Yeah, Kylie Deberg big up there at the net.
Are they here? They coming?
LA Launch rely on a lot of motion in their offense, a lot of tempo. We saw it out to Maddie Anderson in particular yesterday, running kind of a shoot set out to the pin. The wind may be a little bit of a factor in minimizing their ability to do that here this afternoon.
The LA Launch should be feeling rather at home in terms of these hot conditions. They train out of St. Pete. Got a good training group there. Kim Hildreth, a part of that, the Queen of St. Pete. Morgan Chacon and Devin Sowers. We saw her in action in Miami as Right back out of the timeout.
I didn't realize St. Petersburg had a monarchy.
That's what I'm told.
A little more humidity in the Florida area, but it certainly is hot nonetheless.
But training in it matters, especially in this sport. Flint. Another sharp angle back to the line.
I'm curious if we see that once or twice more, if Alaina is going to start to zone in on that. As you can see Betsi kind of make that lean and have to carve the ball back towards the sideline.
Fending off a tough serve. Chacon hits the depth.
11-12.
And throwing the high heater at Betsi Flint. She gets out of the way, but it finds the end line.
There's one thing we learned about this LA Launch women's team. It's a never say die mentality with this duo. Down by 1 here.
Yeah, I don't know that we've seen them have a set or certainly a match that's been a definitive win one way or the other. It's always been a knockdown drag out. They are in for the long term.
Every single one of their matches has gone 3 prior. Big swing!
Maddie powers through.
And there's a little bit of that tempo, not quite as quick as we saw yesterday, but still working it all the way out to the pin there on the sideline. Give Maddie a lot of angles and options offensively.
LA won from the tie. Deberg over the top, touched, turned. Flint. Chacon checks and cannot find her aim.
Yeah, that set just drifted off a bit. You saw her kind of come charging in, and then once that ball gets behind you, it just kind of throws off your balance a little bit. A little over rotation up the sideline for Alaina.
Set point now for the Dallas Dream. Off the slide. 1 foot, no problem.
Yeah, really nice adjustment there. Alaina kind of had to dodge the net to stay clean here. Still manages to get a pretty reasonably good set. Maddie just sliding out and whapping it.
Dallas Dream took a loss in straight sets last night to the New York Nitro. But this is a different looking Dallas team right now. Hanging on to a set point. The missed serve seals it for Dallas in set 1.
Kind of an interesting set there, right? Dallas were almost perfect in execution, didn't make any mistakes of note. Just kind of kept relentless pressure on LA, and so every mistake they made rang even larger.
Just one error from the attack standpoint for the Dallas Dream. Deberg and Flint are looking really solid here in the Vegas heat. Each of our 8 teams fighting for that singular championship. Just take a look at this iconic field.
Are you ready? Are you ready? We have a huge crowd, overflow capacity. Cameron, a lot of players and people have been waiting for this moment in this place.
Ladies and gentlemen, I could not be happier to be right here, right now.
AVP Beach Volleyball is more than a sport. It's an experience. And for just $59 a year, AVP Gold membership gives you all access. Ticket discounts all season, early access to seats, compete in AVP events, and big savings on pro gear. Get in the game and experience everything the AVP has to offer. Get your Gold membership today at avp.com.
Be sure to get in the game with that AVP Gold membership. Trying to stay cool up here at Resorts World. That's the perfect spot to watch the AVP League. Welcome back, Cameron Irwin, alongside Rich Lamborn, Kevin Barnett down on the sand. It's Dallas taking on LA. Set 1 stats now unfold. Dallas, that is the best offensive performance we have seen from them thus far.
Yeah, 1 error. I mean, they played an unbelievably clean first set, and LA weren't bad, just 2 errors. But they had, no blocks either way. And 4 digs sounds like a lot, but for the likes of Alaina Chacon, that is well below what we have become accustomed to seeing out of her.
I mean, she's been averaging over 7 digs per set. Look at that, 7.1, right on the mark. Nice work, Scotty. 4 thus far.
So something's got to give. I think you mentioned it, right? We sort of expect this to go the distance. That seems to be the MO for LA. How do they bounce back?
I think with some ferocity, that's the answer.
Well, there's one. 1 for 1, on pace for 15 digs this set.
A 15 dig set, that would be something else. We saw Taylor Crabb with the 12 dig set.
That'll up your average, certainly.
Coming into the weekend, Alaina Chacon had held on to the 3rd spot in terms of total digs, but she was 2 matches back from spots 1 and 2, and that was Taylor Crabb and Meg Kraft above her with 4 matches played.
Yeah.
That gives you any indication.
They almost had another one there. Got her hands on it, but Betsi, a little too much heat.
Dallas took set 1. Here comes Betsi Flint with a tough linear serve and right through the uprights. Good for 3.
Yeah, frustrating for Kylie Deberg. She makes the right read. You can see she's kind of going up late, expecting the shot. Maddie does a nice job of just kind of speeding it up, a little dart, something in between an attack and a shot.
Ball drifting away from Flint. You could see that on her approach.
It is 3-1.
I have my suspicions that our man on the sand, Kevin Barnett, might be consulting with Jake to see what he counseled his girls to do here in set number 2. We'll have to find out in a minute. They're serving much tougher, it feels like, early part of this 2nd set.
There's a dig. She doesn't know it. She's looking for 15, but that's the 2nd.
Utah, give me 2. There's Jake.
Love that you're putting Kevin Barnett on assignment.
Yeah.
4-1 here.
I'm like Geppetto and he's like Pinocchio, you know.
A puppet master?
That's correct.
What a platform from Flint.
Wow.
What effort! She's got to play it. Anderson sets up her partner, and Chacon with the option. She says, I'm getting involved.
How many of those types of plays have we seen from this LA launch team? I mean, full pursuit off of Alaina's hands. That did not look like it was even possible. I beg to differ, said Maddie Anderson, and that is why they are such a fun team to watch.
Stupendous effort from Maddie Anderson, and you're right on the mark. Scramble play, point to LA.
Life and limb at risk.
And youth on their side between this duo. Products of the collegiate game, like we mentioned, from Florida State. Maddie Anderson, 24 years old. Alaina Chacon sits at 26. The growth of the women's game, especially coming out of the collegiate ranks, has completely changed USA women's volleyball.
Yeah, just the complexion, right? I mean, players come out onto the AVP and are immediately sort of ready and able to win. It used to take years and years, and there used to be kind of this middle ground of athletes that sort of suffered in relative obscurity. That's kind of not the case anymore.
Think of Taryn Brasher and Kristen Cruz, formerly Nuss.
Well, yeah, it was really Kelly Clays at the time, Sarah Hughes coming out of SC that just right out on the AVP and started winning.
Now won back in Chicago, I believe that was 2017. Maybe it was 22. They were young, just out of USC and TKN. Out of LSU, they won back in Atlanta, in the first event they ever played in. Chacon, another off the platform. She loves to drill right through the seam.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I like the movement in transition, kind of making Kylie Deberg work there a little bit.
It's interesting. We didn't see as much of that movement in Belmar, probably due to the fact the wind conditions so high. Let's check in Kevin Barnett.
LA says they want to keep pushing the tempo on offense. That's the main thing that they're going to switch here, along with the service location. But it's all about tempo in transition to get out from in front of Kylie.
Thanks, Kev. You mentioned the tempo already, kind of changing up some of those attack patterns as well as that serve.
Next assignment, do we know where Jake got that shirt? Good touch from Betsi there, but can't quite get it high enough off the sand.
Why do you like that seam attack? We've seen it a lot from the LA launch. How does that challenge the defense?
Well, I mean, typically you don't expect stuff to go right up the middle. You expect it to go line or some version of angle, right? So that swing or shot right up the gut can be so effective. Good touch defensively.
Another for Chacon. Just keep batting one after another. She is everywhere in this second set.
Now watch the anticipation here. Just holding her ground and then making a good move once the ball is hit. Again, getting kind of to center field there, balance. Just never loses that balance.
Simply remarkable. Alaina Chacon had 4 total digs in set 1. She already has 7 additional in set 2.
Yeah, you knew she had to just kind of feel like 4 was light in the first set. Massively stepping it up here.
They've been able to reduce the numbers for the Dallas Dream, now at 0.91 as opposed to 6.15 in the first.
Yeah, when you can more than double your efficiency and chop your opponents down by 85%, that's going to be a good result for you.
And in the electrolytes, you can see it under the umbrella. Not shocking. Of course, the chapstick also needed in these dry conditions. Everyone feels like they're just trying to find a little extra agua. On the other side, the Dallas Dream. This is a new partnership to 2026. Flint and Deberg. Kylie saying that Betsi is quite the partner to have on her side. She feels like she can't do any wrong, that she's able to risk it. Builds confidence in your partnership. There's the numbers for Alaina.
Right at her average, her season average, and you know, we're only halfway through, maybe even a little less than halfway through if Dallas can mount a comeback here.
And they've played 3 3-set matches, taken away 2 in week 1. And pushed the Palm Beach Passion last night in that 3rd set. 15-17 the final.
Oh,
Short
wow.
serve and a dagger.
Just a string puller there. It got over the net. Just fell right off the table.
I appreciate the encouragement, everybody. Thank you.
And one of the other, I think, things with the experience these ladies get coming out of college, right, is you learn how to win, but you also learn how to not be rattled by the moment, I feel like.
Yeah, that's a great call as they go right back to that same ball to Kylie Deberg.
Yeah, I think with all the tight matches that we've seen out of LA thus far this season, they just show this kind of determination and ability to stay within themselves and not sort of get, I don't know, rattled on any level.
Alaina Chacon currently with the dig. She's played in 2 national championships. You want to talk about some big moments. She knows how to find them.
As we appear at this point,
She's part of the 2022 NCAA all-tournament team for that national championship run. The runner-ups that season.
Yeah, one of the things they've improved in this second set too is a little bit of that control when they have those transition opportunities. Maddie Anderson putting up a lot of good sets in those instances here in set 2.
Another dig. Composed. Right on the line. Painting it.
Amazing, yeah.
playing out of her mind right now.
What a set for Alaina Chacon and Maddie Anderson.
As a defender, sometimes you just get right in that zone where everything seems to be coming right to you, making everything work, and that's certainly what's going on the side of LA right now.
9 digs now for Chacon. Block touch. Nearly the 10.
Well, there was just that tiny, tiny little hiccup because Maddie made a move towards it. Alaina pulled up just ever so slightly. Otherwise, she probably gets that one as well.
It's hard to look away from the Alaina Chacon defensive performance, but you also go hats off to Maddie Anderson. She's currently 6 of 9 with just 1 error. She is leading the 4 in efficiency at 556. Alaina up at the net. Oh, she said enough of the digs, I'm looking for the block. She didn't get it so close.
That was the attempted pike block up there where you start about a foot off the net and just throw your arms out of here. You go, Yahtzee, oh, almost.
There was an approach to that block. Left, right, left, let's go. Chacon, Flint.
Yeah, tough chance there. Has a really, really nice pickup, but that set a ways off the net. Really difficult for Betsi there, leaning back.
The numbers have turned dismal for the Dallas Dream in the second set. 6-15 in the first as a team, now just 1-18.
Yeah, you have to think this second set is out of reach, but if you're Dallas, sometimes you wrap your head around the mentality. They're like, hey, can't get much worse than this. Let's just kind of make it to the third, reset, get back to what we were doing so well in the first.
Also the energy exertion, right? Thinking this heat still at about triple digits. I think there's also a question of momentum on your side, trying to find your best game heading into the third. Another strong swing right through the block.
Yeah, good aggressive swing.
Right about 100 degrees right now.
Nice little afternoon.
I think we've gone beyond the afternoon now. Sitting at about 6:45 local time. The shadows starting to cast across. Dallas with another.
Yeah, if yesterday is any indication, kind of right around the conclusion of this match, it'll start to get really pleasant out here, as a matter of fact. Shadows come in a little bit.
Set point here for LA.
Yeah, a few of them here.
Looking for set 3. Kevin told us they wanted to find the service, pressure, and up the tempo of their offense in this second set.
Yeah, the majority of this set, obviously, they've done that. They've missed the last couple, though. They've just got to pay attention a little bit to that they don't let kind of that letting off of the throttle bleed into the third set. They want to stay on task here, keep the pedal to the metal, as it were.
A quick finish here, 15-8 in the second set. LA has decided that first one, absolutely not the trajectory they were looking for. They're trying to find the launch code right now. Each of our 8 teams fighting for that singular championship. Just take a look at this iconic field.
I'm ready. Are you ready? We have a huge crowd, overflow capacity. Cameron, a lot of players and people have been waiting for this moment in this place.
Ladies and gentlemen, I could not be happier to be right here, right now.
AVP Beach Volleyball is more than a sport. It's an experience. And for just $59 a year, AVP Gold membership gives you all access. Ticket discounts all season, early access to seats, compete in AVP events, and big savings on pro gear. Get in the game and experience everything the AVP has to offer. Get your Gold membership today at avp.com.
Some extended volleyball from Resorts World in Las Vegas. A women's matchup between the LA Launch and the Dallas Dream heading to third set action. And we've been talking about this shirt for Jake McNeil. I think Kevin Barnett has the answer to this shirt. Kev?
Yeah, from Rich Lamborn's question, we have an answer. Jake McNeil received this shirt from the closet of Ryan Ierna, another player you've seen on AVP events. His shirt last night was brought by Alaina Chacon, so he said his wolf shorts, that's one of his favorite pairs of shorts. Those will go with anything because they're colorful. I'll let Rich decide if going with that shirt is really what they're doing. But he said if anybody has a wild shirt, send it. He'll wear it. Large, please.
To his credit, he was in sequins, a black sequins top yesterday. I loved it. Bring all the vibes as you look to the set 2 stats. We already know what took place. It was definitely an LA performance from an offensive standpoint. They flipped the script.
Yeah, absolutely. The defense picked up big time. You saw that 10 digs. Unbelievable stuff. Kevin knows I'm colorblind going back to the shirt, so I thought that thing was in grayscale.
And Betsi immediately looks to her partner and says, that one's on me, the error on the attack. The setting in transition, maybe not exactly what they're looking for.
It's a little bit squirrely. Certainly that wasn't the culprit there. You can see Betsi immediately take responsibility. That was just kind of a miss that happens to even the best of them time to time. It's a nice adjustment on the swing there from Kylie. We've seen Alaina pick up a couple of those to the away corner. Kylie just bringing that a little bit more across her body.
Great touch from Flint. The frustration continuing to mount.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, it's still very early, and if you're Betsi, you just got to sort of remind yourself, hey, I've made 2 great digs on 2 plays, so I'm locked in that way. Let's just kind of tone it down a little bit with what we're trying to accomplish in transition, dial in those responses.
Betsi coming into the weekend just 128 offensively. It's definitely been a point of emphasis, but you can also relinquish some of that pressure by finding your partner on the option.
Yeah, absolutely. She's continued to pass the ball well. Missed a couple of those scoring opportunities, but they're still locked in their side-out game.
Kylie Deberg had a great performance against Palm Beach Passion. It was 20 total kills. Here's another quick shovel from Betsi Flint. Free ball given to the option. And Dallas, this is the flow they want.
Absolutely, and that's 3 chances, 3 digs from Betsi Flint. The one-arm spear right there. That is beautiful. And then just doing a nice job maintaining the advantage, as the great Mike Dodd calls it. Going short shot. Setting up that play right there. Finally get that break point.
Coming in the weekend, Betsi Flint third, and Nick's per set that is just too slippery.
Yeah, and it's strange how momentum works in the sport of volleyball, right? Just kind of a pendulum at times, swinging one way and then swinging back the other way. And right now, Dallas feeling it.
Wild as an ace. Falls for Deberg. 5-2, LA says, let's go cool this thing off.
Yeah, that's, I think, got to be Maddie's ball kind of coming towards her. Those little moments of hesitation can be big.
Looking into the huddle of Dallas Dream, Kylie talked about just the fire between these two, a little bit the yin and the yang.
And now in set number 3, Kylie and
Feels like her energy can come up because Betsi provides exactly what she needs. If it's a high five in the moment, to be left alone in another. The veteran experience of Betsi Flint. And for Kylie, just now in her 3rd full year playing professional volleyball.
Yeah, Betsi always been, you know, a pretty cerebral type competitor, right? But she also benefits now, I think, from also coaching. I think that gives you a different perspective on the game, especially when you're still playing. You kind of see other people doing it, coach them through particular situations, and then that sort of leads into your own game as well.
Yeah, Betsi Flint, product of LMU. She also coached at LMU for a period of time under John Mayer. Last season, even serving as a coach to one of our AVP League women's teams. But now with her 2nd child, priorities shifted a little bit. Another quick scoop. Ooh, I don't know about that one. Everyone's looking up at our head official.
Fortunately, that came out with no spin. I think that's what allowed that one to go. Got a little thummy. Have a look. Yoink. A really nice swing, cross body there. That's something we see a lot of out of Alaina. I haven't seen a ton of it today just yet, but that cross body swing, one of her go-tos.
What a set. That thing hit itself. Wild tempo in transition. They're changing the game for Betsi Flint. Is it because of the wind? I know you're grimacing a little bit. That was a little sticky as well.
Set less than flawless. Is that an expression? Not her best maybe, but again allowed to go.
Free ball given, free ball earned from Flint. There's Kylie Deberg.
Yeah, just closing the door. Kylie kind of bodying up Alaina there, leaving no room either way, it didn't seem like.
What an impressive turnaround for the Dallas Dream.
Indeed. Sometimes just that ability to relax once the scoreboard is reset to 0 is all the change you need.
Flint may not have found her offense here in the 3rd, hitting in negative territory, but she has added 6 digs in this set. We're only at 7-4.
Yeah, she's extended rallies and kind of given her partner some opportunities to put balls away on 2nd and 3rd tries in transition.
Looking to move here, the LA launch. High shoulder of Deberg. What a touch, Chacon. Off balance. That has to be one of the toughest skills as a defender. Running down the line and then having to find the consecutive attack right after.
Indeed, especially when it's well off the net. There's a look at the get. Unbelievable, but it's gonna, you see that set just kind of stops her approach. And instinctively, you're always trying to kill the ball. That is obviously a very tough position from which to do that.
We take our media timeout at the side switch.
8-4. Alaina Chacon, 11 kills, 19 digs. She is right back. And what's even more remarkable is that first set, she only had 4. The last 2 have been standout performances.
Yeah, the thing that slipped, unfortunately for them in this third set, though, is conversion on those digs.
Right now, the negative numbers for Chacon in this third set. Just found 1 kill, as has Anderson. Leading the charge of the 4, Deberg. We knew what the solution was thanks to Kevin Barnett in that second set for LA. Service pressure and tempo. Is that the same equation here?
Yeah, I mean, that's always a pretty good recipe. And just, we talk about that a lot. Execution in the third set even more paramount because it's your final opportunity, right? And Dallas just doing a better job on that front thus far as we hit kind of the midway point. Still plenty of opportunities, and we've seen this LA launch team kind of rise to the challenge and come back from some deficits late in matches. They need another one here.
They've been good coming out of those end changes and timeouts. That's when the trajectory has changed for the LA launch. Betsi, Flint, another sweet dig. Steps right, and the wrong step.
Yeah, so you were talking about her efficiency offensively in this third set. Not being great, but this is precisely what she's doing. Extending rallies, just keeping it alive there. That goes down as a 0 on the stat sheet, right? But she's giving her team opportunity after opportunity.
Alaina Chacon, after that last rally, now possesses 4 20-plus dig performances, 4 3-set matches. And that is the most AVP League all time.
There you go. The only reason she doesn't have more than that, Cameron, is because she's only played 4 matches.
It's also true. I was going to say, there's soon to be more.
Batting 1,000 for matches played and 20-plus dig performances.
And that's most by any player, man or woman, in the AVP League. Another. Flint with a chance. Chacon. Off the block. They're surging.
They seem to almost thrive when their backs are against the wall, this LA launch duo.
Just wondering the fans for the LA launch and the nerves that you have to possess to be one of them.
And maybe that's part of the strategy behind the colorful shirt, is to hide the heart palpitations, Jake O'Neal. Jake McNeil, sorry.
The Dallas Dream needing to slow things down here. And this is a game changer. We see all sorts of different approaches by league teams, whether they have a coach in the box or a coach back home, somebody going over footage, whether they're in practice or if they just handle the duties on their own. Seems like adjustments have been made on the LA launch, and it has to be helpful.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, they have a great kind of team unit there, the 3 of them, coach and players. But you do make mention of something that's very interesting in this sport, is players are oftentimes in lots of different circumstances and don't always have their coach with them. Sometimes it's incumbent upon them to make the changes, so there's a lot of autonomy in the sport. And right now, this LA launch team leaning heavily on their entire team unit.
3-0 run for the LA launch. Fans, I don't know. I think they're on their side. It's tough to tell. Might be a split decision.
Yeah, they're cheering for good volleyball, and that's what we're seeing here in this match between these 2 teams.
Chacon up to 22 digs. You challenge her to find 15. She's definitely surpassed that. Steadying the ship. Deberg.
Yeah, they still have a little ways to go. I mean, they did a nice job getting back within reach of Dallas here. And Dallas still with that 2-point advantage on their side out.
Challenging set. And another for Betsi. Flint. Maddie Anderson imparting her will at the net.
Yeah, good discipline up there. Seeing that dig got a little bit tight. Just straight up, straight over, not infringing.
To even the score. After many years working with you, I know that one pains you.
Yeah, and that's a few of those. She's just trying to drive those tough, flat float serves, and it just got a square or two too low on the net once or twice.
The ripper.
Yeah, excellent response. Excellent response there from LA. Now can they go on another scoring run here?
Chacon sits at 22 digs. The most ever in an AVP League match is 25. That was by Kristen Cruz last season. There's a chance she could eclipse this. There's 23.
Oof.
Another strong block from Deberg.
Yeah, unfortunate. That ball just kind of jumped off her fist right onto the top of the tape into the Kylie zone.
Kylie zone. The no-fly zone.
The no-fly zone, yeah. Maddie tried to deal with it. Kylie was there waiting.
Taking an extra second to clear off the glasses as Alaina Chacon took a shot.
Yeah, nothing going down easily on either side right now. Betsi and Alaina locked in the backcourt, and Kylie and Maddie patrolling at the net.
Best dig performances throughout AVP League history. Both belong, the top two, to Kristen Cruz. 23 and 25 back in 2025. Chacon has matched that second number. At 23 as Dallas hangs on to the 2-point lead. Clean, simple volleyball.
Yeah, and credit that set. Passes a little bit off the net. Maddie gets right behind it. Just kind of rolls it up there. You see her squaring her shoulders to the net. Just rolls that smooth, and that allows Alaina that good vision. Cross-body chop.
Cross-court serve. She had been trying the line-to-line approach. How in the world Betsi Flint got that ball over the block and down?
And that time, almost uncharacteristically, we get so accustomed to Alaina just digging everything. She kind of hops the wrong way here.
Anderson. A little extra spice on that one. That's straight fire.
Indeed. A little extra oomph. Doing a nice job moving her contact point along the net. Hit the last one out of the middle, this one out wide. Keeping Kylie guessing at the net. Now they need to find one on defense.
LA Launch sit at 2-1 as a women's pairing. The Dallas Dream at 1-2. And a double contact sends us to a tie ball game.
Wow. Yeah, Betsi's going to have a little conversation, and I think she's well within her rights to do this, because there's been a couple questionable ones. That's a pretty tight call based on what we've seen in some other spots in this set.
There have been moments for sure.
And at this juncture, 12-11, that is not the time you want to start to familiarize yourself with the officials. But as we've come to expect from this LA Launch team, we've got a tight one in the third.
Another 3-set battle. Something they've come to know and love. There's dig 24. Chacon off the top of the net. There's 25. Right over the top. She's tied the league record.
I don't know if Florida State Seminoles object to calling overhand digs gators, just out of principle, but that was a sick one by Alaina at the beginning of that rally.
Tying the league record and finding themselves atop the scoreboard, 13-12. Retaliating. the needed response right now for Dallas.
Interesting choice there to go to Kylie. They're kind of scoring Betsi's way a few times, getting themselves out in front. Switching it up there, and Kylie equal to the task.
2-point ball game here. It's a race and an error from the right. She's been so solid. Only 2 errors the entire match to this point. And the Dallas Dream now at a match point. This has been an all-out war between LA and Dallas. They go right back to Anderson, and she rights the ship.
What was the difference there, Cam? A little indecisiveness on the previous one, right? She kind of pulled up a little bit, tried to guide the ball, ends up short in the net. This time she stays aggressive, hammers it through. And again, not surprising, we're going extra innings in the third with the launch. It's right where they like to be.
Must win by 2. Deberg works behind. And a tough play to make.
And again, going after Deberg. She passed the ball well, kind of had every option there.
Dallas Dream at their second match point.
Follow Maddie.
Betsi Flint at the service line right now, and it's exchanged. Deberg will have to serve and run to the net. She's had 2 blocks in this matchup as Anderson on the left. Just icy.
Yeah, gutsy shot there. That was sharp. You can see Kylie in the angle as well with her block, so she had to maneuver around. Kylie there. Look at this. That required extreme precision. Maddie Anderson.
Every single third set that the LA Launch has played in has gone to extra points, extra volleyball. 16-14, 22-20, and 15-17. Right now, it is a third match point for the Dallas Dream. Betsi awaiting in the backcourt. And it's just nails. The Dallas Dream survived the LA Launch. That is a massive win for Deberg and Flint.
That is well said. Whichever team won that, it was going to be a matter of survival. And the Dallas Dream absolutely making a solid response in that third set to what happened in the second and surviving the onslaught of the Launch.
A fantastic win for Kylie Deberg and Betsi Flint. They were tested. They dropped that second set and had to have a full reset. Point for point in set 3. They improved to 2-2. And now equal that of the LA Launch.
Yeah, inherently, you know, that's sort of the rub with those battles in the third, is that they're not always going to go your way. You know, you like to think that you have built up a lot of experience and maybe a comfort level in those situations, but one little mistake here and there can cost you the match when you're at that juncture. And
celebrating with Cora and Odin. I love it. There's Mama Betsi Flint as we send it now to Kevin Barnett. I think you're going to have a few extra members in that interview, bud.
Yeah, this could be extended. We'll see what questions the kids can answer. We'll start with Kylie. Kylie said you wanted to play better in this one. What did that end up meaning?
Like connecting with my partner. I think yesterday I just got really quiet through the whole game, and today it was our intention to be better together and communicate together.
Yeah, and that team is pretty good in crunch time. Going back to serve, what are your thoughts at that point?
Put in an aggressive serve down the middle. That's kind of where we were aiming the whole game, and just staying with that rhythm the whole time.
Betsi, you've been searching for it offensively. You're finding it a little bit. What has that process been like?
We're getting there. We're getting there. We had a lot of practice this week on that, but slowly and surely we'll get better offensively.
Yeah. What, from your end, what did you like about your performance in this one besides the W?
Being more decisive with my attacks and making them faster, not such high shots. So really decisive, quick shots.
All right, Dreamer 2-0. I'm going to hand it off, okay?
Here you go, bud.
There you go.
Got it?
Take it. Okay, now.
I was going to say, little baby Odin, just 9 months old. I don't think he's speaking quite yet.
Well, he wants a hammer that only he and his family members can pick up.
Fair enough. A fantastic win for the Dallas Dream. Betsi, Flint, Kylie, Deberg, they find a win here in Las Vegas and improve their record to 2-2. It was an all-out war. The LA Launch are now even with this pairing. Who's going to end up in Chicago? Couple weeks to find out. For Kevin Barnett, Rich Lamborn, I'm Cameron Irwin. Thanks so much for joining us here with the Progressive AVP League.